And we'll just talk naturally.
Just for 1 second.
Okay, but I gotta go sit down too. I think that'll get us. Hi, everybody.
Hi. Can you hear the waves? That's just for me. But
Right.
you can share.
Not for me.
Nope. Just for me. God made it like this morning just so I could listen to them.
I know, it's true.
Thank you, Heavenly Father.
It's true, hon. It's all you. But anyway, you're saying about Paul and...
Yeah, so I was actively listening so I would know what to try and fix for him. And he said from the get-go, I don't like pork, I don't like beef.
Wow.
I said, what do you like, chicken and fish? He says, yeah. Because see, when I was dating him, sometimes I would bring something over to him. One time I brought pork chops. Another
What happened? Did he just say I don't want them?
No. You know when you're dating, you often don't get
you
to
make
the
the
food.
extra effort. Yeah.
And then another time we were going on a picnic and I made egg salad sandwiches, which I like, but he didn't like. He didn't say that, but again, we went for a walk and we went in the water. There was a little stream. And we never did eat those egg salads.
You never ate?
No.
Well, at least you did the
neither
pork
did
chops. I think pork chops are good if they're done right.
If they're done
But
right.
I just don't go and buy them.
Yeah,
I
don't know how to do them.
And he doesn't like beef either?
No, he was into that time when beef has a lot of fat and it's bad for your heart. Remember
But
how
fat doesn't hurt you.
And I know now we know that, but at
Right.
that time they were telling you don't eat
Yeah.
bacon, don't eat ham, don't eat this.
They're
and
always
that.
doing that.
Yeah,
They
there's
said
always
that about
somebody.
eggs.
Yeah,
And eggs are, Jesus recommended eggs to children.
yeah. So no, it's usually just a merry-go-round of what's on the bad list for today.
Right.
So I learned to put my beef recipes away and bring out the chicken, and I have 24 chicken recipes and no beef. But that was because as I say, I wanted to please him, and I love to please him because if he was happy, I'm happy.
Yeah.
And so I made him coconut pie, I made him pecan pie, I made all these things that he would somewhere mention, and I would remember, and then I would make it. And I'm no cook, but I mean, not really. But I can follow a recipe.
Yeah,
and
nobody's
let
looking
it,
for
come
a
out.
chef,
Yeah.
I mean, it's easier to find a chef than it is to find a man that's reasonable.
Yeah. So he appreciated that. One time, I made the decision to try a different seasoning in the rice.
Oh.
He always liked my rice very much.
He did?
Mm-hmm. But one time I thought I would try a seasoned salt instead of salt.
Huh?
And he got so mad.
Really?
He was funny that way.
I'm surprised he wouldn't say, gee, maybe next time I'll do it.
No, he didn't. You ruined it! And this and that, and I said, but I just tried. Well, you should have tried. It was perfect the other way. And see, when I got in a car accident when we were married, I think we'd been married a year. And I got in a little car accident and I was crying again. And I was at work at the DA's office and I went to the phone I was on my lunch hour. And then I don't remember exactly how I got back to the office, but I did, and I was crying, and everybody was saying, "What happened? What happened?" Oh, I got in an accident. It was all my fault. I went and turned in front of somebody who was coming, and I don't know I do know what happened. I remember to this day. I had my mind on something else. I was thinking about a Christmas present for Gloria, and I was thinking
Really?
what she would like. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and so, wham! And I remember the poor lady driving the truck. She's going, oh, no.
Did you hit her?
No, she hit me, but I turned in front of her. I was in the left-hand turn lane, and she had the right-of-way. So I said, I'm going to call my husband, and I was afraid he was going to be very angry.
I remember.
And so I called him, and all he said very calmly was, are you all right?
Yep.
And I said, yes. He says,
Don't worry about
I'll pick you up after work. And he hung up. And see, now that I would have thought he would have been angry. Not the rice, but the rice, I don't know what was.
Was that later in the marriage when everything
Yeah,
got touchy?
it was later, but no, it was still.
The impatience is probably from that.
I don't know.
I'm guessing. You know.
But I remember my girlfriends were all huddled around me. What did he say? Was I all right? And they go, oh, okay. And that's all he wanted to know.
Right.
And then when I came out after work, he was in the parking lot leaning against the hood of his car with his arms crossed. And he was looking at me, walking to him, and I'm going, you know, I just looking at him, I made me cry all over again.
Right.
And he said, you look fine, you're all right, I don't care what the car looks like, we can get that fixed. And so I went and showed him the car, wherever it was. I remember we went and looked, and I said, it's right there. And he said, yep, we're going to need a rental.
Oh, really? How funny. Well, Joanne and I, we did a lot of that. We took a lot of time, and we used to look after each other that way. You know, it was nice.
Yeah, and when one stops and takes things for granted, that's when you get the solutions, you know, where people start to dissolve their relationships.
You take it for granted.
You take it, and
or
we
you
always
forget, or you forget about it.
Paul and I always said we will never get a divorce because we married late in life, and we know what it is to be lonely, and we will never take anything of our love for granted, and always, you know, be good spouses and appreciate each other. And yet, it happened, and I was aware that we weren't supposed to do that, and I must have slipped. I know he slipped, but I must have slipped too. I must have.
He was more motivated. Well, he was into the physical, and you know.
Yeah, the physical, I think, had a big part of it, because that was very important to him.
Oh, big. But no, you know, you did pretty good. I mean, you know, but I guess you let each other down.
You know, even birds, many of them mate for life. How come they can do it?
Yeah.
I have a degree in psychology. That should have cracked anything a bird has.
Right. I'm going to show people our little cedar here. Watch out, Egghead.
Okay.
Well, guys, what we're doing, this is what me and Susan, we were outside, we were over here, and it was really nice, but I'm getting a lot of sun. So I opened these two windows. This one doesn't have a screen. So me and Susie can sit here, right, kid?
And there's a beach breeze.
Oh, man, this is just heaven. Just heaven.
And Charlie likes it too.
I'm sure she does, huh? So we're having a great time, Glow and daughter and everybody. We're having a great time.
Yes, we are.
Yeah, honey.
Thank you, Gloria.
Thanks, Glow.